There's a reason no one goes to the surface. It's dangerous.
Why'd you bring jetpacks?
Hey Chris, how are you guys? Nice to
Hey,
meet
how are
you.
you?
How are you?
Are you guys seeing me? I'm okay.
Yeah, we see you.
man.
Okay, my first question is for Chris. Chris, what do you think makes Optimus Prime such an iconic hero for many fans? What aspect of portraying his early days as Orion Pax excited you the most?
I think the very steady belief in the potential of all beings and that every life form deserves an opportunity to tell their story, and that we're all born for something great, and to not conform and be restricted or held back, and there's a sort of blind optimism there, and a north star of hope as strong as anyone, and I think that is something that people admire about the character, and has why it's existed for 40 years, and the people have loved following these characters. What excited me about Orion Pax was the fact that this was before he was as refined and precise as he is in the cartoons and the films. He's a young, enthusiastic guy. There's a reckless quality. There's a sort of spontaneity and a sense of adventure to him, but there's still, but it's quite naive as well. And again, that the sort of the blind optimism is quite reckless at times. But it was exciting to play a different side of the character that audiences hadn't yet seen before.
And now to Brian, what thrilled you the most about D16's journey, and what did you aim to add to the character that we went beyond what was written in the script?
I wanted him to really show a lot of heart. It's like every time we've seen Megatron, he's been very dark and very evil, or very, aggressive and all these things. And so to be able to see him as his younger self, to know that he was actually somebody who had a job, somebody, who had idols, he idolized a Prime, like to see him actually develop a friendship with the young Optimus Prime, and actually like listen to Optimus Prime, like to see them do things for each other. Like, oh, I got us the best seats at the Icon. Like, and then we're going to join it and we're going to do this together. There's a wonderful moment in the movie where, in the Icon, I get injured and you think that we're going to win. And then, he carries me, he carries me. We're there together. And I think that that's something that I think viewers need to see, because like more often than not, we never get the backstory to how most of these villains are made, because they are made. I don't believe they start that way. And so to actually see his heart was something that I really wanted to show.
And now for both of you, what key themes did you hope the audience take away from Transformers 1? Because it's a buddy comedy, but it also talks about friendship and betrayal. So
Yeah.
What would you say?
Well, what themes? I mean, the script provided or provoked many conversations and questions for an audience to examine and try and relate to in some way, shape, or form. And I think we've all had friendships that we loved and were passionate about, but ended up going in different directions.
Yeah.
And just as we grow up, we realize we may not still like the same things, and we find out that we're incredibly different. And sometimes you can live with those differences, and sometimes you can't, and part ways, and there's a huge amount of conflict. And so the examination of that, and examination of friendship, and what it means to be loyal to one another, and then at what point is there betrayal, was something I really enjoyed exploring.
Yeah, not all love stories look the same, right? I was like, this truly is a love story. It's about what happens when somebody comes into your life that changes it, either for the good or for the bad, but has changed it nonetheless. And just like what it means to develop and find your own identity in this world.
So you guys, thank you so much. And Brian, where's Paperboy, man?
He's retired. Retired, man.
These are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
What? No, it was already like that. Right?
Yes, that's right. Yes. It was already like, yeah.